In this video, I'll bring you behind the scenes on a 3-day trip. We'll look back on 2024 and what's coming up in 2025, and we're heading to a Christmas market in London, England. You ready? Let's go.
My name's Paul. I fly airplanes for a living, but my passion is encouraging you to explore this beautiful world by giving you a glimpse into my layover life. Good morning. Yesterday, I flew out from Minneapolis to Newark to do a one-day domestic trip, which was Newark to Chicago and back, and got in late last night. Stayed at this hotel, and today I was supposed to do one of our worst 3-day domestic trips, and it's the worst because it has a lot of flying legs and really short layovers, but I was able to trade that for a 3-day London trip, which is great because 24 hours in London is better than short layovers in Los Angeles and Boston. And it's Christmas market season, so I'm looking forward to that. Before we go to London, I want to tell you exactly how many miles I flew in 2024, how many flights I flew, how many countries I visited, and how many individual airports I got to. But before we do that, I need coffee, and I should probably fix my hair. Let's do that. Okay, much better. Let's look at the travel statistics I have from 2024. I did a video similar to this in January, looking back at 2023, and it was so fun to go back and go through all the different trips I did, both working and family trips, and trips I didn't even remember doing because I fly a lot. But it's super fun, and I encourage you to do the same. Go look through your photos from the year and remember what the highlights are. So the travel stats from 2024. So my total working and commuting flights, so commuting from Minneapolis to Newark, going on a trip, and then commuting back home from Newark to Minneapolis, totaled 169 flights, 363,493 miles, which is a lot. But it's my job, so it's not really that impressive. If you add vacations and personal trips, this number kind of surprised me. 34 flights, 55,230 miles, and that's just personal vacation. And if you look at what that cost me, we had to pay for hotels and car rentals and food and all that stuff. But as far as flights go, departure taxes, but otherwise it was basically free, which is one of the best parts of this job. To be able to fly 55,000 miles for free is, what's better than that? So the grand total for 2024, 203 flights, totaling up to 418,723 miles across 3 different continents, 29 different airports, and 11 countries. That's pretty awesome. I've met a lot of million milers at work, people hitting 1 million miles, 2 million miles, 3 million miles. And those people that we get to fly around are amazing because they're almost like airline employees because they fly so much, but it's a big deal for them to hit 1 million miles, and they're usually not doing it in 2 years. So to be able to do almost 500,000 miles in a year is kind of insane. So we're gonna go to London, and we'll talk about video statistics when we get there, and then what we're looking forward to in 2025. But let's first head to London.
Someone from the flight deck, your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you aboard United Flight 904, service now to London Heathrow. We'll be pushing back here shortly. Once we're underway, 6 hours and 47 minutes from takeoff until touchdown. On our arrival tomorrow morning, partly cloudy skies, temperature right around 5 degrees centigrade, which is about 42 degrees Fahrenheit. From all of us at United, welcome on board. Enjoy your flight. Good night.
One of the best parts about arriving in London is that after you say goodbye to the passengers, the vans that transport us to the hotel are waiting right at the airplane. To me, this is always one of those moments that feels like we're part of a rock band, having a shuttle to whisk us away to the next event. However, today, our next event isn't a concert, just a really fun layover. And after an hour-and-a-half drive, we were back in London for the 17th and final time of 2024. Before I take a nap and head out to see the Christmas markets, and then later tonight we have something really fun planned that I'm pretty stoked about. Let's review 2024 in the same way that we review flights. We talk about what went well and what could have gone better. So, what went well in 2024? In terms of YouTube statistics, I have 60,000 new subscribers. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're one of those new subscribers in the last year, thank you for being here. It is an honor to make these videos and have you join me. 6.2 million views, totaling 321,000 watch hours over the course of the last year, which is absolutely incredible, and I don't take any of that lightly. I know I'm not the biggest YouTube channel in the world, obviously, but I appreciate every one of you being here. I got to be in a United commercial. If you saw the similar video that I made last year where I talked about what my goals were, I talked about how I wanted to be in a United video. I got to be in a commercial, like a legit commercial. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to it right up here. But I can't believe it. I got to be in a United commercial and it was literally a career highlight. It's playing now during like NFL games and on some streaming services. It's also playing on the airplane, so if you're flying in the next few months, you might see it air after the safety video, so keep an eye out for me on that. But that was literally one of the highlights of the year. My family and I went to our kids' fourth continent. You may have seen we went to Australia back in the spring. As you may know, we want to bring our kids to every continent before they graduate from high school. So I said the same thing last year and I'll say it again. If you know someone who wants to sponsor a family of 4 to go to Antarctica, that's kind of what we're aiming towards, continent number 7. But we'll do that before continent number 5 and 6 too. But yeah, we're just really incredibly thankful that I have this job that allows us to go fly around for free and go to continents. Like, we literally planned our trip to Australia 5 days in advance, so it's an absolute blessing to work here. You may have seen on Instagram I made a takeoff and landing in the 50th state. I had made a takeoff and landing in 49 of the 50 states, and I met a guy named Sam at the airport one day. We became friends and he ultimately invited me to go flying in his cool little airplane, and we got to go to Delaware and make a takeoff and landing. And I'd never made a takeoff and landing there because there's no airline service in Delaware, so my career wouldn't have brought me there. And now I can say I've made a takeoff and landing in all 50 states. Ironically, my last state was the first state. This summer, I got to go to the Olympics in Paris. I never once thought in my career that I would go to an Olympic event. I got tickets to the women's volleyball bronze medal match. I couldn't tell you who won, but it was very exciting and just incredibly special to be at an Olympic event. And I feel like I get all these once-in-a-lifetime opportunities kind of thanks to this job. Finally, I made a lot of new friends, and I continue to meet people in the airport on a daily basis and get to hand out my Layover Life stickers, and it's an honor to shake hands with everyone I get to see in the airport. And if you ever see me or want to say hi, please don't hesitate to come up and say hello. Editing Paul from the future. Real quick, I was going to do a segment on trips that I wish had turned into videos, and I just kind of skipped over that. But my wife and I celebrated our 20th anniversary last year, and that was definitely something that went well. So I'll throw a couple pictures from that right here. Okay, back to the video. Now, let's talk about what could have gone better in 2024. I could have made more videos. I had a goal to make more than 9 videos. I tried to make 1 video a month. The Australia video set me back because that took me a long time to edit. 9 videos isn't bad. It's not my full-time job, obviously, so I'm happy to do that. And I wish I could make more videos, but family takes priority and video editing is secondary to that. Another thing that could have gone better, remember when there was going to be a big solar eclipse and people were flying all over the country? Well, I bought a ticket on a flight from Chicago to Houston that was planned to be in the path of the solar eclipse, and nothing really happened. The earth got a little bit dim, kind of like sunset, but not like crazy dark or anything. I'm glad I went, but it would have been cool if it had been more phenomenal. Lastly, one of my best friends is named Mike, and he's my enrolled travel companion, so he gets to fly with me for free. In addition to my family, obviously flies for free. But we also have an enrolled friend, and my friend Mike is my travel buddy, so he gets to fly for free whenever he wants. He doesn't have to be with me, he can be by himself. He came on one trip last year, and it was to London. It was a 6-day trip for me. We had a great time. We got to go to a football match, we got to go to the Tower of London and go out to eat, and it was absolutely phenomenal. But he only came on one trip, and I wish he would come on more, and maybe we'll make a video when he does that. Okay, I'm gonna go take a nap, and then we're off to explore London. There are a lot of Christmas markets in London, but tonight we're going to Christmas by the River over by Tower Bridge. taking an Uber to get there, but not a regular Uber. Tonight we're taking an Uber boat. Uber boats work just like the Tube, and you can use Apple Pay to tap in and out. It costs a little more than the Tube does. This ride, for example, was £9 one way. But you don't get views like this traveling underground. And after a quick 20-minute ride, we had arrived at Christmas by the River, where we received an unexpected welcome.
I am. I thought you were going to tell me to stop filming. I want you to stop.
No kidding? Well, you're in the video now.
I want you to stop. I really love it.
Really? That's amazing. What's your name again? Michael. What are you doing tonight?
It is Santa Claus.
Santa Con.
Santa Claus.
Yeah. What do? You just hang out and have beers?
I always say we walk around, drink, sing, and scare little kids.
Tomorrow morning. Yeah. Katie, Ryan, Thomas.
At one point, I found his YouTube channel. Do I have to give him away?
I'll
It's spice.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like a fruit pickle mix.
Oh.
With spices and shit.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where's the hip flask?
Yeah, I don't know. Mine's here, but you have your half liter.
Oh, boy. What do you got in there?
It's like you must have watched Crocodile Dundee. The scene. That's not a knife.
Yeah.
This is an iron.
I love it. All right, hey. Merry Christmas.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. Have a great night, you guys. Well, that was a fun start to the Christmas market. What's next? Mulled wine?
I think so.
Let's do it.
It's a Christmas market.
It's a Christmas market. You got to do mulled wine. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
We found some German sausage and a place to sit down, where one of my first officers, who is from Switzerland, explained the origins of mulled wine, otherwise known as Glühwein.
Well, glüh means glow, but it's also a derivative of the word like when an ember is dying. Yeah. And the coal isn't burning anymore, but it's glowing a little bit and it's hot, but simmering down. So it's glowing hot wine.
Why do they call it mulled wine here, though?
I don't know why they do what they do. In the German, we call it what makes sense.
There are a lot of fun activities at Christmas markets, but the reason we chose this market was for the curling. But first, a quick explanation of the rules.
The goal is to get as many of your blocks as close to the button as possible, right? You want to make some combination of getting yours in position while knocking your opponent's curling stone out of the way.
So the goal is to get on the button or
As close as possible to the
and
button.
knock the other ones out.
Yes.
Then it came time to pick teams. We had 3 flight attendants and 4 pilots, and it only seemed natural to do pilots versus flight attendants.
Let's do it.
Wait, I like it. Let's do it.
You think you can take us?
I didn't have the best first throw, and with some competent throwing from the flight attendants, they took an early lead. The next round went a little better for the pilots, and it was a tie game.
That's literally exactly what I wanted. Yes, that's exactly what.
In round 3, the pilots pulled ahead. However, in the 4th round, the flight attendants tied it up.
That looked like reckless abandon.
And over the course of the next several rounds, we stayed pretty evenly matched. That is, until the second to last round.
Three points. It's your strategy, Dennis. You got 3 points to overcome.
Kill or be killed.
Like my dad used to say, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. For the record though, the pilots won. But seriously, having a crew like this, when you're away from home during the holidays, is a win, no matter how you slice it. Good morning. Today, we fly back to Newark, and then I commute home from Newark to Minneapolis. Before we do that though, let's talk about my goals for 2025. As far as professional goals go, I mean, getting people where they need to go safely is kind of the main goal. I wouldn't mind doing some more speaking gigs, speaking to students at a flight school or professionals in a business setting or whatever. I don't know what that would consist of, but it'd be fun to get into that. Start working on a TED Talk maybe. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know, it'd be fun to encourage people in real life and not just through YouTube. Maybe be in another United commercial or a safety video. I really enjoy doing that. Not that they need me in a video, but it'd be fun to be part of another one. As far as YouTube goals go, I'd like to maybe switch up a little bit from doing like these sort of day in the life videos, which I know are very fun, but I feel like they start to be a little redundant after a while. I might start doing maybe some more interviews. I've got a couple people in mind I want to do interviews with. Just, you know, kind of think outside the box as far as what this YouTube channel is going to be. If you have suggestions on YouTube content ideas, drop them in the comments because I can always use some suggestions. I also wouldn't mind doing some sponsored videos. Of course, I can't do sponsored videos when I'm working a trip because I'm getting paid by United. But if someone wanted to sponsor a video, say to Greenland or Antarctica, that would, I'd be fun to do something like that. As far as family life and family goals, I want to bring our kids to their 5th continent, and I don't know which one that'll be. Maybe Africa. I mean, there's only 3 left, so Africa, South America, or Antarctica. Antarctica and South America, I think, will be probably on the same trip, obviously. Maybe we'll go to Africa this year. That'd be kind of fun. As many of you know, I'm a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I've been a blue belt for, I don't know, like 6 years, so it'd be nice to spend some more time working on that and maybe move on to purple belt. Jiu-Jitsu is a really hard game. It takes 10 to 20 years to get your black belt, so it's not something you can just do in a couple years. I'm working hard at that and taking some more private lessons and just having fun fighting with my friends. I also need to start reading more. For some reason, when I upgraded to captain, I stopped reading books as much, and maybe because my YouTube channel kind of took off and I've been spending more time on that, but I'd like to spend some more time reading books. I used to read 15 to 20 books a year, and now I read like 1 or 2. So if you have book suggestions, drop them in the comments. What are your goals for 2025? Let me know. With all that said, it's time to go home.
Ground United 17 is stand 231 fully ready. United 17, stand 231, push approved facing north.
United 17, runway 27 right, cliff takeoff, wind 250 degrees, 10 knots.
Runway 27 right, clear for takeoff, United 17.
When I went into crew rest on the airplane, I reflected on the year. And if there's one thing I've come to appreciate in 2024, it's time. And the stories I've collected this year. Every layover, every vacation, every moment was a small story to add to the collection. And as I add up those small collections of stories, it fills up the pages of life. And as fast as the book of life seems to read, I'm doing my best to slow down and appreciate the little moments. And really, it doesn't matter how many miles I've flown or how many continents we've been to. What matters most to me is the only place that pulls me back, no matter how far I go. The place where we celebrate the little stories, just as much as the big ones. The place I call home.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. It's Merry Christmas, baby.